If you want to build a life that is genuinely yours, it starts with asking better questions. And today I want to ask this one. How do you know what you actually want? If I was sitting across from you and I asked that question, would you freeze? Would you think I was asking, well, what job do you want? Where do you want to live? No, I'm asking, what do you actually want? Why is answering this question so hard? It's like along the way, we got better at listening to everyone else and we kind of stopped hearing ourselves. We started being more agreeable or more responsible, more polite. And these are all good things unless they cost you. If you never learned to hear your own voice, how would you recognize it? Would you recognize you, your desires, your thoughts, your feelings above all else? Imagine you're standing in front of a spring and every decision you make in your life comes from this spring. What feeds your spring? Is it your culture? Is it love? Is it money? Is it fear? Is it approval? It may be one, it may be all. If you don't examine the source, you can never really know that your own desires are yours. If you've never examined the source of this spring, how do you know who is answering? I think that sometimes common advice will be, well, ignore everyone. But I would suggest that instead of doing that, it's listening, hearing other people, but then hearing yourself first, hearing your voice above all else. Everyone's voice doesn't demand equal influence. Our source, the families, the children, the careers, they demand our responsibility. And I don't think that's going away. But what I am rejecting is self-abandonment. So the source of my spring was definitely family. I'd say responsibility and being practical. And that led me to check every box, get the good grades, and go to good schools, get a good job. And that's how I became a CRNA. And there got to be a point when I realized that my life no longer fit. Had this happened because I never considered the source of my spring? The deeper question to me is, maybe the problem isn't you don't know what you want. Maybe it's just that you become so fluent in everyone else's language that you have lost your own. You become fluent in other people's expectations, in other people's dreams and beliefs. And it's really hard to know what you want through introspection alone. You can only think so much. After that, you have to start doing, trying, experimenting, and pay attention to what brings you back to yourself. What is expansive? What lights you up? What makes you feel light and excited versus the things that make you feel contracted and nervous, negative, anxious? Those are all clues telling you what is aligned with you and what's not. So in getting back to the question, how do you actually know what you want? What's helped bring me back to what I actually want is creating some silence in my day. Actually, a lot of silence in my day so that you can hear your own thoughts. If there's so much noise and you never genuinely get a chance to just sit with your own thoughts, it's really easy to confuse your own thoughts with other people's thoughts because they're always interconnected, they're always intertwined. But if you can create some separation in the day where it's just you and it's just quiet and you just have a moment to give your brain 2 seconds to process your day, your thoughts, your feelings, I think those things do bring you a little closer to what you actually want and to hearing your own voice through all the noise. The conversation now, to me, it's not about finding the perfect answer. It's about removing the interference. So before you ask yourself what you want, ask yourself who's been answering. I don't think the goal is certainty. I don't think you have to know the rest of your life. I think that it's just being honest about your next choice. It's just hearing yourself and hearing your voice through all of the clutter and noise that I think just is vying for your attention every day. So if this conversation resonated with you, I'd love it if you stuck around. I am starting a weekly letter, a continuation of the conversation. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can sign up for it below. Until next time.